Hey, welcome back to Jazz Time. JazzTime.com is an online store that buys, sells, and trades authentic luxury watches. We make these videos so you can easily choose the best watch for yourself in the comfort of your own home. We offer the lowest prices anywhere online. If you'd like to know the price, simply click on the links in the description below. We greatly appreciate if you'd purchase your next watch from us at JazzTime.com. Today we'll be taking a look at the Oyster Perpetual 34, one of four models, this one with a bright black dial, the other ones being a blue, pink, and silver dial, all of them with index hour marks, just like this one, and also with an Oyster bracelet, reference number 124200. Now this is kind of a strange watch because it doesn't really fit within the current Rolex catalog quite as easily. It doesn't quite slot in with like the Datejust 31, 36, and 41 measurements. This one's a 34mm case, as in the name Oyster Perpetual 34. I'll be going over the aspects of this watch, the case, the bezel, the dial, the crown functions, as well as the movement and the bracelet, and I'll be giving my thoughts on these throughout this video. So starting off with the size of the case, 34mm, it's in the name Oyster Perpetual 34. From finger to thumb, 2 o'clock to 8 o'clock, or the 10 to 4 o'clock position, same diameter, same 34mm. You have the monoblock middle case with the screw down case back and the Rolex winding crown to ensure water resistance down to 100 meters or 330 feet below sea level. Overall, Oyster steel construction, inside and out. Well, not entirely inside, but basically everything you see here is Oyster steel construction. A nice high polish along the sides of this case, and a sort of like a satin brush finishing on the front of the case, very indicative of sort of like the older models, but still this is a new model, and that's basically what they go for, at least in terms of the aesthetics, keeping the satin brush finishing along the entire front of this case, except for the bezel. Speaking of which, the bezel is a full high polish steel, Oyster steel and domed bezel, complete with my fingerprints as well, and it just sort of gives that dial a nice sort of halo look around the the perimeter of it. It sort of gives it a very interesting appearance and sort of brings the eye to the dial. Speaking of which, this dial is what they call a bright black dial. It has a subtle but still there sun ray or sunburst type of finish on that dial, so it gives it a very subtle glow in certain angles, very radial in its sort of the glowing aspects there. And also taking a look very closely at the dial, taking a look at the perimeter, there's also Roman numeral hour marks. I don't know why, but certainly just there in case you get lost maybe. With a 12 also being fully displayed at the 12 o'clock position, something that you don't very often see on really any watch, having a Roman numeral 12 at least, only in the minute track portion of this dial. You have 18 karat white gold Rolex crown, as well as 18 karat white gold hands and settings for the index hour marks. And taking a look at those with the chromolite feature on them, it's incredibly bright, making, oh yeah, it's clipping my highlights. It's very, very bright indeed. Thicker hour marks for the 3, 6, and 9. Not all that important to note, although interesting nonetheless. You do have luminescence on the hour and minute marks as well, and also incredibly bright to see in the dark or any low light situation. All right, turning the lights back on, blinding ourselves momentarily. We can see the crown functions here. Pretty basic, pretty simple. Just unwind the crown at the 3 o'clock position. This allows you to wind the watch. So if you're at a dead stop, about 20 to 30 full winds will get you to the full power reserve. And basically, once you start feeling the resistance and the damping starting to ramp up, that's when you've reached the full power reserve. Rather simple there. Pull the crown out to the only other position. It stops that seconds hand, so that you can then use the hacking function and place the minute hand precisely wherever it needs to go based on the position of that seconds hand, and just synchronize it up to an atomic clock. Press the crown back in to start up once more, screw it back into the case to ensure the superior water resistance of the watch. All right, and basically the movement on the inside that makes all this work, rather simple. The 2232 in-house made by Rolex, made to fit the 34mm case. It has a plus or minus 2 second per day time differential, giving you the superlative chronometer certification as printed on this and every Rolex dial. Gives you all the base functions, the center, hour, minute, and seconds hands, with the stop seconds for precise time setting, which I just demonstrated using the winding crown functions. The oscillator on this one, kind of special though. It's the Siloxy hairspring in silicon with high performance Paraflex shock absorbers. That means the silicone hairspring is basically amagnetic. You can basically throw this into an MRI and it will still keep running, as long as you don't pull the case apart, of course. And certainly the high performance Paraflex shock absorbers basically protect from any bumps so that you keep the time nice and precise. You also have the winding with the bidirectional self-winding perpetual rotor, center mounted on the inside on the movement. If my camera would like to focus properly, there we go. You have a solid steel case back, so you know you have that added sense of security. The perpetual rotor basically means that once you wind this watch manually and just wear it on your wrist, the natural movements of your wrist will keep this watch wound using that perpetual rotor as it winds the mainspring barrel, charging up the power reserve. On this watch, approximately 55 hours. So you can set it down very, very late Friday evening or even Saturday morning if you wanted to. You can pick it up very early Monday morning, ready to conduct business, no need to wind the watch. Or if you want to be safe, just give it a wind Sunday night, and you'll be ready to go on Monday. Just wear it all day, you'll be back to the full power reserve, nice and easy. Taking a look here, you only have one choice of bracelet with this watch. It's the Oyster bracelet, flat 3-piece links across, all satin brush finished, as you can see. Very, very brilliant, and the way that they disperse light is quite unique and interesting as well. Nice high polish along the sides of those links, and you also have the Oyster folding clasp here with the recessed Rolex crown inside the center portion of the clasp. Simply lift the top to open it up. You have the Rolex stamp logo on the inside with the full steel construction as well. And the added benefit of the Oyster folding clasp, even though this is an Oyster Perpetual 34, not a 36, or a Datejust, you still have the Easy Link 5mm extension. So what is that? Basically, if you get your watch sized perfectly to your wrist, you have it nice and form-fitting, but you walk outside during a California wildfire, for example, or you just pounded 3 liters of water, your wrist is going to swell naturally but imperceptibly, but you will certainly feel it. So basically all you need to do is just reach under here, pull it straight out of the clasp, and there you go. Another half Oyster link, or 5mm of comfort extension, so you can continue to wear your watch even when your wrist swells just a tiny bit. And when you no longer need it, just simply fold it back in on itself, press it back into the clasp, nice and easy, and there you go. All right, and while I'm here, I'll try it on and give you my thoughts as to how it wears on my wrist, at least 7 inches in circumference. All right, and if you know my videos, you'll know that 36 is my optimal size for a watch, but I can't actually ignore the 34. It's actually incredibly close, and I actually quite like it. A little bit small for me, just because I'm getting a ton of bracelet on the 12 and 6 o'clock sides, but I think I can still swing this. If your wrist is about 6.5 inches, it would be perfect. So taking a look straight down the wrist here, tiny bit of space under the lugs, and as your wrist gets bigger, less space under the lugs, less chance of overhang. But the smaller your wrist, the higher your chances of overhang, the more space you have under your lugs, more breathability as well. Speaking of breathability, you get plenty of that with the Oyster links here, because basically there's zero tolerance among these links. That means Rolex has set this up so that it will never pinch your skin, it won't pull out hairs, and it keeps the wrist nice and vented. So you can actually wear this every day, all day, every day, no problem. And the thing is, Oyster Perpetual 34s. I mentioned this at the beginning of the video. It's kind of a strange case measurement, because 31 and 36 are the 2 common sizes, as you can see in the Datejust lines, or even the Oyster Perpetual line. But 34s, you don't see these very frequently, and kind of strangely enough, they sort of straddle that line between the mid-size, sort of the large 36 for a mid-size, and then the small for a mid-size 31mm. And at 34mm, it's kind of an interesting and weird measurement that a lot of people don't really consider. And I think this is kind of an interesting thought to consider with the 34 measurement, because I was thinking about it. Who would get a 34? And it's really honestly for the people who really want a specific thing. They want it there and they want it then, and they want it here and they want it now. Sort of people who know exactly what they want and they're going to get it. So if you know exactly your wrist size is, say 6.5 inches, for example, and the 31 is just too small for you and the 36 is too big for you, the 34 is just right. And certainly if you sort of ascribe to that sort of Goldilocks sort of sensibility, then you'll know that, you know what you know, and you want that perfect watch. Something to fill the wrist just right, but not be overbearing, and not too small to be considered an accessory, but something kind of a workhorse, and this is certainly one of them. The Oyster Perpetual 34, one of 4 variations, of course, only within the dial color. So yeah, that's all I've got to say about this watch. Let us know what you think down in the comments below. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Do you think this is for someone who really wants their thing, or do you just want to fill in your collection with the Oyster Perpetual 34 just straddling that mid-size line, being the true mid-size of all mid-sizes? Let us know down in the comments below. Be sure to like this video if you enjoyed it. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't already, and hit the bell notification so you can be notified when we go live with another video like this one. And as always, if you'd like to purchase this watch or any other watch, visit our store at jazztime.com. Links in the description below if you can to buy it at the lowest possible price anywhere online. And if this one happens to sell, we don't have one sitting on our desk, we'll find one for you. No problem. Thanks for watching, take care, and we'll see you in the next video.
If you want to find out more about the watch you just saw in the video, you can just click below on Show More to see the full description. Then you can check the link next to Model as seen in video, click on it, and you will get to the proper page where you can see all the details. If you're watching on a mobile phone, you have to click on the arrow down on the right hand side below the video to see the full description. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up. If you would like to share this video with your friends, you can use the share button below and share it on any platform you like. If you have questions, constructive feedback, want to tell us about some mistakes or misspeaks, just write a comment below. If you want to see more videos like this, you should subscribe to our channel and visit our channel page where you can find all the videos. And if you're interested in a specific watch brand, you can check out our playlists. If you want to check the price for a watch or want to buy one, remember at jazztime.com you always get a steep discount, so you should check the prices with us. If you want to know the price for a specific watch, just go to Google, type in JazzTime, plus the brand, model, and the details you're interested in, and Google will find the right page for you. Thank you for watching.